Talk Nation, salute, man. Welcome back, everybody, man. Miss you guys. Hey, your boy's an essential worker. That is the only reason why the content hasn't been out, man. Been working like a madman. But next couple days, man, we want to get some content out for you guys, man. Hope everybody is well, blessed, and healthy. But let's talk about that Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz again, because it's starting to look like that can possibly be the fight that both guys take moving forward. Now, if you see Deontay Wilder punching out mascots, totally fine. But I'm telling you, somewhere in Deontay Wilder's mind, he is a supreme karate man. I'm telling you. If you look at his stance, man, the way that he holds his hands, deep down, Deontay Wilder wants to be a martial artist. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, he wants to be a boxer, man. I'm telling you. You look at Deontay Wilder, man, he looks like he wants to be a supreme karate man. But guess what? Andy Ruiz got a black belt knocking people out and upsetting people. So if he fights Andy Ruiz moving forward, it's a possibility Deontay Wilder is not only going to get knocked out, but he's going to get embarrassed, because Andy Ruiz can box. And if you see these shots that Andy Ruiz is hitting his bag with, if he catch Deontay Wilder with any of these shots, it's going to be like, you know what I'm saying, when Ortiz caught Wilder and he was hurt. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder was, he was out on his feet. You know what I'm saying? Out on his feet. If Ruiz catches Deontay Wilder with that shot and he hurts him, now Ruiz is quicker than Ortiz. He lets his hands go. You see what he did to Anthony Joshua. I'm telling you, Andy Ruiz, he can get Deontay Wilder up out of there. You know what I mean? He does have that type of power that if he catches Deontay Wilder square and right, he can not only hurt him, but I think he could probably drop him. You know what I'm saying? And if Wilder gets back up and he's hurt, he could possibly get finished. I don't think that Andy Ruiz can knock him out, but I do think he can hurt Deontay Wilder. I do think that he could possibly drop Deontay Wilder. And as I said, if Deontay Wilder manages to get to his feet, and if it's time left in the match, or in the round, that Andy Ruiz can come back and he could possibly stop Deontay Wilder. That is going to be a very, very good fight. And I do believe that Deontay Wilder, we all know he has the equalizer, that right hand, but he has to bring and polish other tools in order for him to be successful moving forward. Now, people getting caught up with the whole Mark Breland situation. Look, let me respond to that. Let me talk about that. And I'm kind of with Andre Ward on this one. I don't respect the fact that Deontay Wilder came out and started talking all that stuff about Mark Breland, because guess what, man? He was the only person in his team, in his corner, that had sufficient not only boxing skill, but boxing knowledge. And the simple fact that Deontay Wilder is not better as a boxer is really a disservice to himself. I really can't say Mark Breland, because he's been very adamant about he wasn't the guy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the guy. He was not the head trainer in charge. So therefore, he couldn't call the shots as far as training. That was a mistake. Something that, you know what I'm saying, Deontay Wilder allowed happen, because why? He wants to control everything, as he should. To a degree, he's the boss. But you don't have a coach, you don't have a corner if you're not willing not only to listen to them, but also if you're not willing to let them teach you so you can grow and be a better fighter. Boxing is not a sport where your talent caps off. No, boxing is a sport that you can always learn and you can always improve on your skills, especially as you get older. Because why? When you get older, you become more crafty, because you may not have the same legs that you once had. You know what I'm saying? So your defense, if it wasn't perennial or if it wasn't all-star level in your earlier years of your career, guess what? As you get older and you start to be less mobile, you're going to start to pay more attention to your defense. You're going to start to slip and lose more shots. Why? Because you know if you get hurt, it's a possibility either you're going to sleep a lot quicker or you definitely getting hurt. So Deontay Wilder, he pretty much dropped the ball on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Mark really was a fantastic fighter in his day. And I believe if he was the head coach for Deontay Wilder would be a better boxer. You know what I'm saying? He does do some things that are slightly underrated. You know what I mean? He has good timing. You know what I'm saying? Very good timing, in fact. Deontay Wilder also has very good instincts, and he's very athletic. But the thing that really hurts him is his lack of boxing knowledge. You know what I mean? As many fights as Deontay Wilder had, I believe 42 fights, 41 knockouts, 1 loss, he should be better, period. You should not be a one-trick pony at this stage of your career. And at this stage of your career, it's going to be really hard in order for you to add a few more dimensions to your game. Because in boxing, certain things, it just takes a while for a fighter to learn and to settle into and to get comfortable. Footwork is one of them. You know what I mean? Defense is one of them. Offensively, boxing is just a series of mixing up your shots. You know what I mean? Placing your shots correctly, having good timing, and having power. So offense is something that fighters can pick up relatively fast. You know what I mean? Unless you're more of a 1-2 guy, 1-2-3 ABC, you're not a high volume puncher. That's one aspect of your game that may take some development. You becoming a volume puncher if you are not known to be a volume puncher. If you used to, like I said, throwing your jab, your left hand, your jab, you know what I mean, right hook, then your left hand or whatever. But you're not used to throwing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, punch combinations. That takes some development. Why? Because that also takes speed. And everybody don't have the speed in order to get shot sequences off like that. Now, Andy Ruiz, for him to be a big guy, he moves pretty good. He's a good boxer, you know what I'm saying, has good speed and has power. And I think that Andy Ruiz, now that he's in better shape than he has ever been, I think that his power has increased. So that's dangerous, you know what I'm saying, for anybody that he steps into the ring with, especially if Deontay Wilder chooses to face Andy Ruiz next. Great fight. Great fight. But very dangerous. And it's not even dangerous, in my opinion, for Andy Ruiz, because he already knows he can get knocked out if he get caught flush with that right hand. So your boxing ability, he's over there with Eddie Reynoso now, so I'm telling you, his head movement, he's not just going to be sitting there, you know what I mean? Andy Ruiz is going to be, you know what I'm saying, moving his head, slipping shots, you know what I mean, parrying shots off. He's not going to sit there and be a target for Deontay Wilder to just get that right hand off. But like I said, Deontay Wilder also has a decent left hook, but he needs to develop these shots. You know what I'm saying? He needs to develop these shots and learn how to camouflage and mask these shots. You know what I'm saying? If he learns to do that, he will create more windows in order to get those clean right hands off and get guys up out of there a lot easier and a lot better than he has in the past. So Deontay Wilder facing Andy Ruiz next is a great fight, but it's a very dangerous fight for Deontay Wilder. And I think that, to be honest with you, that won't be a relatively hard fight for Andy Ruiz. I think it'll be a much easier fight than Anthony Joshua. So Deontay Wilder, as strong as he is, as strong as that right hand is, he has to be careful, because Andy Ruiz can potentially put him down and get him up out of there. You know what I mean? And if he knocks out or stops Deontay Wilder, better believe he's going to be number probably 3 or 4 in the division. And if that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight does happen, Andy Ruiz can be that next top tier opposition that one of those guys face when it goes from the UK to the United States. Andy Ruiz can be the next up on that list. So that's big money and that's a big fight. But the venue, who knows? Because COVID is still crazy. The gates are still a little bit sketchy because you can't have fans in the stands. But that fight can still make bank. Fans in the stands or not. I believe a large, I mean, that's big money. I would take that fight Far East. That's right, Dubai. Not the UK, not Vegas. Take that fight to Dubai. Telling the numbers is there, the venues are there. That fight will do astronomical numbers. Easy. So I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one, fight fans, man. Stay tuned, stay blessed, stay humble, stay motivated, and protect yourself at all times. Guard up, and you already know how I do. Mask up, because there's a war going on outside, and ain't nobody safe from it. I'm gonna catch you guys next round. Ding, peace.